Getting started with our simple yet powerful shortcode system couldn't be easier. Just sign up for a free account at clickfix.io, register the domain you want to use, and start creating Ontraport pages that defy the imagination. Just choose from our library of 50 plus options to create everything from evergreen timers to multi-step forms and just about anything in between to supercharge your conversions and create dynamic user experiences. Take the fill coupon shortcode for example. Before ClickFix, your user had to type in the coupon code manually and click the check mark to actually apply it to their order. I can't tell you how many support tickets our clients used to have from people complaining that the coupon didn't work. Maybe they didn't type it in exactly as it was shown in the email or on the previous page. Perhaps it was because they were looking for an apply button rather than the check mark. Who knows? But now all you have to do is include the code as part of the URL and voila, we automatically apply the coupon for them to create a seamless checkout experience. Or maybe you run an international business that's savvy enough to leverage text message marketing. But the problem is that a lot of your customers get the wrong country code applied to their number. All that hard work to gain their trust and you end up with an unusable mobile number. Just add our PhoneStyle shortcode to automatically detect where the user is and display the flag plus the country code inside the field. If they want to use a different prefix for some reason, it's as simple as clicking the flag and searching for the desired country, and you get to say goodbye to improperly formatted phone numbers. Perhaps you're looking to build a dynamic quote builder so your visitors can choose their preferred options, enter their email address, and get an estimate from you without having to lift a finger. Don't send quotes? Well, maybe you could use a front-end quiz or survey that generates a result based on where they are now and where they want to be. Take this simple return on ad spend calculator tool that we whipped up. It updates in real time as you change the figures in the different form fields. You could set this up so that the results were behind an opt-in to be used as a lead magnet for people who run paid ads. Whatever your use case, it's easy to see how a bit of imagination can turn any Ontraport page into a dynamic tool that can help you do anything from generating highly qualified and segmented leads to automating your entire onboarding process. Have you ever wished that Ontraport page timers could do more than just a fixed date and time? So did a ton of our clients. That's why we invented the timer shortcode. Now you can set up dynamic evergreen timers that can do everything from simple countdowns like 48 hours to complex calculations like every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern or every Friday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific. Yep, you can even mix time zones, and our shortcode is smart enough to count down to whichever comes first. You can even use this shortcode to fill a custom field that can be used on any page to make sure the timer stays consistent throughout the customer journey. In other words, now you can create your own deadline funnels without spending an extra $99 a month just to have some fancy timers. Not bad for a free service, right? If you're a stickler for design and you've ever tried to build anything a bit outside the box with the Ontraport page builder, then you've probably run into a situation where you wanted to use custom CSS to add a little flair. The only problem is there's no way to add custom classes to blocks, columns, or elements, and digging through the code to use the standard classes literally adds hours to the project while sucking years off your life. Or maybe you really need to fine-tune how your page looks on tablets and large monitors, but there's really no easy way to get that done with the built-in controls. Well, thanks to our CSS shortcodes, you've got full control over just about everything you can see on the page. Negative margins to make things overlap? Check. Need to rotate images without having to make 30 versions until you find the right one? No sweat. Want some sweet-looking slanted lines between blocks for that ultra-modern feel? Done. How about a glow around that subheadline to make it stand out a bit more? Challenge accepted. Finally, your Ontraport page designs are now only limited by your imagination instead of the sliders inside the editor. Most business owners that have been selling online for a while have probably heard stats that put the percentage of people who visit your checkout page but don't complete the purchase at between 70 and 85%, depending on whether your visitor is on mobile or desktop. That's why savvy marketers have switched to a MultiStep Checkout form where they ask for low-friction information like the name and email and even the phone number on step 1 and then progress to harder stuff like the actual credit card number later in the process. It's a perfect way for you to get their contact details up front so that you can send them emails or text follow-ups to try and recoup a percentage of the people on the fence. And with estimates of abandoned carts adding up to over $18 billion a year in missed revenue, this simple process can have a major impact on your business's success. But maybe you don't sell directly on your site. No problem. You can also use the MultiStep Shortcode to qualify prospects as part of a survey or application process as a virtual gatekeeper instead of dedicating the same time and effort on unqualified leads as those who are the perfect fit. The potential applications are literally endless. Ontraport makes it easy for you to make a sticky header block right out of the box. It's great for keeping scarcity elements like timers front and center as your visitors scroll. But what happens if you want a sticky footer? Or what about just a sticky or floating column to create things like side menus or sidebars that display your offer no matter where they are on the page? Most people would tell you that you have to use WordPress or some other non-Ontraport solution. But with our shortcodes, these types of advanced features are just a few clicks away. Your design ideas are only limited by your imagination, so this is just one more way we've come up with to make sure that the built-in editor doesn't get between you and that special feature you need to make your pages convert as high as possible. Progress bars have been proven to increase conversions time and time again. They help get your prospects to understand where they are in the process and, more importantly, how much more they have to go. They trigger our inherent need to finish something we've started, especially when we can see that we're almost there. So why doesn't everyone use them? The simple answer is that for a non-developer, they're often more trouble than they're worth to create. But now we've given you a super simple way to drop in dynamic progress bars that will auto-populate based on the criteria you define. It doesn't matter if you're trying to visually track someone's progress through multiple pages, within a multi-step form, or as part of their journey through a membership site. With a bit of imagination and our progress bar shortcode, we've got you covered. Have you ever wondered if you could create a dynamic checkout that allows your customers to build their orders to suit their needs rather than being forced into an all or none dilemma? Or maybe you've been wishing for a way to display additional information or offers on a page if someone decides to take the bump offer. Now you can do both of those things and so much more with the if bump shortcode. Think of it like a collection of things you want to happen depending on whether or not someone has checked a specific bump offer. In our dynamic checkout example, that can be as simple as displaying additional customization options if they choose to include an item that requires a size or color choice. It can be showing them an additional upsell option if they choose bump A, but keeping those options hidden if they choose bump B. Whether you're looking to create a complex order flow or simply showing and hiding other elements on the page based on their choices, the flexibility this shortcode gives you should make possible just about anything you can dream up. Research suggests that over half the websites that leverage personalization in their marketing efforts report 10% or more improvements on their main KPIs like conversion rate, lead generation, and revenue. What would a 10% bump in any of those categories do for your business? I'm assuming it would make you a very happy camper. That's why we took the time to develop what we call our conditional shortcodes like if bump, if anchor, if field, and if URL. The first three let users' interactions define their journey, which opens a whole world of possibilities to create dynamic content. The last one, if URL, gives you the added benefit of leveraging the data in the URL to create a personalized experience from the moment they land on your page. That means you can change the content of your page based on the parameters you've included in your links. Out of the box, Ontraport will let you show or hide entire blocks based on the values. But with ClickFix, now you can not only show or hide any block, column, or even individual elements, you can also fill out forms, apply custom CSS, change timers, redirect people to other pages, and execute any other shortcode you want to tailor their experience just the way you like it.